Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video over on PrizePicks. I got my 4 favorite plays for you in this video. We got 1 MLB pick, 1 WNBA pick, and then 2 esports picks. And we're going to build out a 4-man, but first up, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this one. It takes you 2 seconds, completely free. So go ahead and hit that like button. And now let's hop into the recap from the day before. We got 9 slips sent out in the VIP, only one of them cash for 4.5x. And guys, it was a really unlucky day, honestly. If this guy gets one more kill, we green it out. And if this guy gets a few less kills, we green it out. I could go into this all day long. But the point is, we're taking 4-man plays on the VIP, right? This is something that if you guys are even thinking about joining the VIP, you got to understand. It's not about joining and making a little profit every single day. It's about joining and losing for quite a few days and then making a killing for quite a few days in a row. And then losing for a few days in a row and then making a killing for a couple days. And those winning days, they're going to outweigh our losing days. We're probably going to have less winning days than losing days, likely. But our winning days are going to absolutely outweigh our losing days by a ton because of the long shot method, right? We're not taking, like if one of these plays cashed, we're about to break even. Or if one of these plays cashed without a push, we're about to break even. But if 2 of these plays cash, we're up 9 units. So it's like, that's the kind of discrepancy we're getting in the VIP. Over to the YouTube slip, unfortunately, Jan and Morgan went on the unders, even though they swept, which was like something really weird. I almost never see this in League of Legends. When your team wins, you get more kills, period, end of story. And Jan and Morgan, usually when their team wins, they get more kills, just like anybody else. But unfortunately, one of the other guys on their team, Quid, was stealing all the kills, and basically everybody on this team went on the under, except for that one guy. It was a really weird scenario. And we said they were going to win all 3 games and then get over on their kills. Unfortunately, that did happen, but they didn't go on the over on kills. Super, super weird. Mayo was such a good play. PrizePicks turned it into a goblin. I just want to say that straight up. I literally gave you guys such a good pick that PrizePicks was like, whoa, no, we cannot let people have this as a regular pick. We're going to make it a goblin. He ends up not playing, so it didn't matter. But guys, this is the kind of value. This is how scared PrizePicks is of our slips. When I send out a good play, when I'm using my models, I'm using the research and the software that I teach you guys to find good plays. Mayo was a great play. Over 1 hit. They turned it into a goblin. That's how profitable it was. Like, have you ever seen this on any other YouTubers? Probably not, because they just take random shit that PrizePicks probably wants you to take. This is a good play. PrizePicks hated that we took it so much they moved the lines on it. This happens all the time for us. On the free picks, we went 2-2. This is stuff on the Discord. But guys, we got to look at it in the long term. In the last couple of weeks, we've had a very, very good run, up over 70 units, making 96 units in the week before that and 18 units right here. And guys, this is not a random screenshot. This is third-party tracked through Pickett. And the reason why this number might be look different from before is because all these slips have now greened out from this previous week. All the slips have now greened out from this week. Unfortunately, we went down a decent amount this week, but we went up a whole bunch before. And this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Our wins are going to outweigh our losses. We literally couldn't lose this week. And here we actually had a very good run, but then a little bit of a downturn right here. I mean, a little bit of a good run and a little bit of a downturn. It's all about zooming out and looking on the long stretch. Because if you zoom in right here and you go, wow, this is what Bam's giving me on VIP, that sucks. Because you're literally looking at it one day. But then you look right here. You can even look right here and go, wow, this VIP is the best. I'm almost never going to lose. Bro, neither of those are good methods. What you got to do is zoom out and look at the entire graph. It'd be stupid to just zoom in and look at one day when you got to look at the whole graph right here and see, does this guy win long term? And yeah, we do. Now, let's talk about the VIP because you guys can get on the VIP for free. All you got to do to get on the VIP for free is right over here. Use code BAM on Chalkboard, on Underdog, or on PrizePicks, and then text me the word VIP right here. Easiest way you guys can get in, but you guys can also get in right now. If you hit the link in the comments of this video, it's winnable.com/BAM. It'll also be in the description. You can join VIP. It'll send you to a page that looks just like this. Hopefully it doesn't look like this. It'll look just like this. You guys can scroll down, sign up on the monthly for the VIP, and then when you click apply promo, use promo code JUNE, because it's June 1st. I got to do a little special for you guys, first of the month. You guys can get in on the VIP for $60 for the entire month. This is a huge discount you guys can lock in on. But guys, there's only 5 slips for this. And if $60 sounds like a little too much for you, we do have payment plans you guys can sign up on using Klarna, $11 a month, or Afterpay for $15 a month. There's no reason not to get on the VIP, except for that you were too slow and didn't lock in on one of the 5 slots. Last couple of times, I sent out a VIP discount preview, whatever it is. They sold out within 12 hours. So make sure you guys lock in as fast as possible. Get this one in. Use code JUNE. There's only 5 slots because only 5 of you guys can lock in with us for June. And make sure you guys are greening out with us. Now, one thing I got to say before we move on to the picks, my VIP is completely different from anything else I've seen on the internet, straight up. I give you guys my personal phone number, one business phone number that I text you guys with, and it shows up straight to my phone. And I can text you guys and answer your questions, check out slips that you're doing, really help you understand the core foundation, the strategies that we're running. And we also got a VIP chat where we can talk in. It is completely different from everything else any other capper is giving. A lot of other cappers, they just hide behind some logo. You don't even know what they sound like. You probably don't even know what they look like because they might even use some AI face, some AI logo, some AI stuff. That's not what we do here, man. This is all 100% legit. You get to fully just straight up talk to me. If you want to hop on a VIP, I can set up a personal call with you so we can break down exactly what the strategies you need to understand are. And we can break down what does a good plan look like for you? What does a good goal look like for you? What does a good unit size look like for you? Depending on what your bankroll is, depending on which state you're in, depending on all this stuff, I can help you guys profit if you hop on the VIP. And this is something that nobody else will do. Nobody else will give you guys actual support because a lot of these other people know they aren't profitable. They still give out picks and they still LARP as a profitable sports bettor when they actually aren't. So just kind of rant about that real quick. Our VIP is 100% different from everybody else's. And if you want to give it a shot, join up, use code JUNE. You can get on the month for literally $2 a day. Now, if you guys are not ready to get on the VIP, at least hop in over on the Discord. It's 100% free to join, and I send out a bunch of PrizePicks plays in here. This was actually a really cool one. I sent this one out, and then I told you guys it was a great pick, about under 11.5 kills, and you can see right now, literally just a couple minutes later, actually, it bumped to 10.5. And this was actually after we took it. Look at this. Wow. I sent it out. There was 350 people on it. After I sent it out, and now look how many people are on it, bro. A lot of you guys are active in the Discord. I appreciate that. I would still take this at 10.5, by the way, but let's be real. You guys are probably watching this after 5 a.m. on Monday Eastern, so there's no point in talking about that. Now, let's get into the esports picks for today. After you guys join up on the Discord, join up on the VIP, let's start cooking. So we got to talk about these two plays right here. It's going to be recoil on the under and then darkest on the under right here. So the reason I like these two guys, first up, my AI models have told me that the under is a little bit more profitable on these picks, but the point is we're correlating them together. Think of these guys as, who should I say today? I always think about a different quarterback and receiver combo. Think of these guys as Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. When Joe Burrow goes on the under on his passing yards, Jamar Chase is going to go on the under on his receiving yards. And this is a very, very simple trend, right? I can even pull up, I'm not going to pull up a Bengals score sheet. You guys understand exactly what I'm saying, right? When the quarterback goes on the under on passing yards, the receiver is going to go on the under on receiving yards, right? This is super simple stuff. If Joe Burrow only got 150 yards, Jamar Chase probably not going to get to his line of 85 yards or whatever the heck it is he was cooking last season, right? So why does that have to relate with these guys in esports? I'm glad you asked. So Evil Geniuses Academy is significantly better than this other team right here, Rose. EG Academy, right here, I'm pulling up the odds on Thunderpick. EG Academy are minus 1111 and Rose are plus 533. This is going to be a blowout. This is going to be built to ass production, right? So why does that matter? Because in Valorant, the sport that we're actually taking, if it's a race at 13 rounds, it's always a race to 13 rounds. In map 1, it's a race to 13 rounds. In map 2, it's a race to 13 rounds. It's like that in every single game. And if one team is way better than the other team, they're going to get to 13 rounds really, really fast, right? In this case, they're way better. I'm just pulling up a random game, 13-4. Or in this case, 13-5, right? And if this happens, which this will happen when one team is way better than the other team, they're obviously going to smoke them and just get to 13 super quickly. What's going to happen is the game is going to end really early, right? Because once one team hits 13 rounds, boom, game over, end of story, right? Then they get over to the second map, and these are maps 1 plus 2 kills. So it counts the first 2 maps, and that's it. So if one team gets 13 rounds really early, it's going to end. And if Evil Geniuses Academy is way better than this Rose team, I expect them to get to 13 rounds super, super fast. And in this case, because they're both playing in the same team in the same game, it's correlated, right? Because if Recoil, say, his team wins by a lot and wins really fast, and he has a shorter game, and then he goes on the under on kills, because it was a short game, guess who else was also in that exact same game that was really short and is likely going to push on the under on kills? It's Darkest. And it's basically everybody else on this EG Academy team. And I'll just give you this from that same example. This was a random game where Salary was playing up against Rad. And here, everybody on the losing team went on the under. And almost everybody, except for this one guy right here who actually had a great game, went on the under right here. Under, even though they were on the winning team. Because it was a super short game. There was not that much opportunities to get kills. And it's a very, very length-based correlation, right? Think about if it's like the NFL. And it's not even like one team's not passing the ball much. Imagine what the game just ends at halftime. because one team is up by too much. If the game just ended at halftime, not only is everybody going to hit their unders on the losing team, but a lot of guys in the winning team are likely going to hit their unders too, because the game just ended, right? We didn't even get the second half to rack up stats. That's basically what happens in Valorant when one team is way better than the other team and they just blow them out. Now, let's talk about the next play right here. We're going over to the WNBA, and we're actually going to go to Awa Fam right here. Okay. Here it is, guys. Here it is. I'm just going to say this straight up, bro. This is why I take profitable stuff on PrizePicks. This was 12.5 right as I locked it in. Literally right as I locked it in. Before I started to hit record on this video, this was at 12.5. It's at 13.5 now. I'm going to tell you guys, still lock it in at 13.5. It's honestly not the end of the world, but it's pretty rough, man. This is what happens. When I take profitable plays on PrizePicks, PrizePicks is going to bump them. PrizePicks is going to make it harder. I already showed you guys the Kobe Mayo Goblin. This literally turned into a Goblin. I showed you guys the About play. The loop moved down by 1 kill. And now the Awa Fan play. Moved up by 1 point rebound when we like the over, right? This is what's going to happen when you're profitable on PrizePicks. It is what it is. So this play right here is still very good. The best point about it was that a lot of other books had it at a lower value. It was a plus EV play. I still think it's okay at 13.5 plus reruns because I do like the matchup here, but I'm not going to get too much into it because I know we already talked a lot about the esports stuff. I want to get over to the MLB one real quick. Now, going over to the MLB, we're going to go over to Nathaniel Lowe right here. I actually like him on the over at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Holy cow, bro. I actually can with PrizePicks sometimes. It's now a Goblin. It's just straight up now a Goblin. I told you guys to take this. I hit record as I locked it in. It was not a Goblin. I swear to God, I'll put the screenshot up right here somewhere. It was not a Goblin. Now it's a Goblin. We're going to go find a new pick. All right. If PrizePicks would stop bumping our plays, I know they got to because we're profitable. But if PrizePicks would stop that, maybe I could get another play in. But we're going to go over here to Juan Soto. I do still like this guy over on hits, runs, RBIs. It's not going to be as good as the low one, but he's been very good recently, and he actually did just have a really good game. This is typically not the way I'd explain a pick, but at the end of the day, guys, this should be a good matchup for him, honestly. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's done very well on this in the entire season. And zooming out, you can see that he's actually trending green in the last couple weeks or so. So I do think this is going to be a good spot for Soto. All we need is 2 hits, runs, or RBIs. We should be good to go. But guys, the bottom line is, right as we take profitable picks, PrizePicks bumps him. And if you guys want to get these picks in without having to lock the play in, then record my YouTube video, then edit my video, then post my video, then you watch my video, and then you lock in the plays yourself, that is a whole ass process. If you want to skip that whole process, it's just I lock in the play, I send it to the VIP, you lock in the play. It's that easy. When you're on the VIP, you can just lock in these plays and you can get in before the bump, say before PrizePicks makes it a Goblin, and then your PrizePicks balance will start shooting up. That's all I'm going to say. Now, these are the 4 plays for today. Make sure you guys lock this into the power play. I would recommend. Honestly, I did the math one more time. You guys could take this as a flex play because we're not correlating these last couple. Like if this is a correlated duo and then another correlated duo, definitely take it as a power play. Flex play is okay if you guys do these because these are uncorrelated, but at the end of the day, just lock in what you want. These are the 4 plays that I like today for Monday. And that's all I got for this one. I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end, even though there's probably only like 10 of y'all watching right now. I appreciate you a ton. Drop a comment down below, drop a like, hit that subscribe button because I post every single day. We ain't missed a day in like 3 months. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And let's make some money on the WNBA and the MLB and esports on Monday.